The family of a 45-year-old Black woman who was allegedly struck in a hit-and-run crash is calling for the charges against the driver to be upgraded. 25-year-old Jemison, Alabama resident Stephen Michael Fuller was taken into custody and charged with second-degree felony assault and traffic driving violations for striking the woman last Thursday. The incident, which left the victim with a severe leg injury, is under investigation. The victim's sister, Yanesha Mitchell, claimed police did not immediately arrest Fuller. Mitchell wrote in a March 7th Facebook post, "White privilege in Chilton County, Alabama. You can run someone over in a huge Ram truck and get aggravated assault. He attempted to murder my sister, and she is currently fighting for her life." Authorities said the incident happened on March 7th near Burning Bush Church. Officers with the Jemison Police Department responded to the area around 11 a.m. Police said the interstate was closed due to several car accidents, which caused traffic to be backed up and cars to be detoured. This is written by Taylor Ardrey, reported by Taylor Ardrey with the Atlanta Black Star. At one point, one vehicle bumped another, and the driver who was hit, later identified as the victim, got out of her car. The driver of the other vehicle pulled away from the scene, and in doing so, the driver who had exited her vehicle was struck. Lots of drivers to follow here, but we know that someone was struck, and we'll find out now that that person was the person who did the striking left the scene. During the Facebook live stream, Mitchell also alleged Fuller initially fled the scene. "He hit my father's car. My sister got out of the vehicle. She told him that he hit my father's car. Then he proceeded to hit my sister," she alleged while showing puddles of blood on the pavement. "Thank God there were angels on the scene and they were able to track him down," the woman added. Here is the blood of my sister," she explained. Her sister, Nicole, was airlifted to UAB Hospital in Birmingham after the collision. Here's a snippet of Mitchell's Facebook Live.
I want to know why no one is in handcuffs. You guys can arrest him? This technically considered attempted murder. Because we're here in Jemison, Alabama, Chilton County. This guy has ran over my sister. I've been out here for 30 minutes. He has not been arrested yet. This guy is right here. He has not been arrested. He has ran over my sister in this vehicle. The Jemison police has been here. I've been here for over 30 minutes. He has not been arrested yet. I can't calm down. I cannot calm down. I don't know the severity of the injuries that has happened to my sister, but this is the vehicle that my sister was hit in.
So in Alabama, fleeing a hit and run that caused personal injury is, in fact, a felony. On Monday, Mitchell provided a Facebook update on her sister's condition, stating the victim underwent multiple surgeries since last week and adding, "They have suggested amputation. However, we believe God can perform miracles. She will fully recover and not be permanently disabled. Please continue to pray for her. She has several surgeries in the near future and will be hospitalized for an extended amount of time." Mitchell alleged that the NAACP was assisting her with the matter. So, Jackson, one of the things that you think about when they don't arrest these people, you see the frustration, you see the anger and the aggravation. It reminds me of the Ahmaud Arbery situation in Georgia, which was ultimately adjudicated and people went to jail basically forever. But there was a long time where they weren't even arrested for that. And this is not Georgia. This is not the same case. It is not a fatality. But by the same token, it's in the South. It's in Jemison, Alabama. And someone was left on the street injured, drastically injured to her leg in a hit and run. So it seems like this is par for the course in some ways.
Yeah, and I think that what this really highlights is the importance of attitude and pressure. Attitude being, whoever's in charge, that's really, it starts at the head and goes down. How do you want to handle a situation? How do you show up? Oftentimes you see here and it's like, well, we might want to work. It might have been an accident. And oftentimes what you want is what you pursue initially. So that's the importance of not having bias with all types of stuff, but especially within law enforcement. If you start off wanting something, you might subconsciously pursue that or try to pursue it entirely. And then two, pressure. As you pointed out with the Ahmaud Arbery case, that took some time. But time and time again, what we see, whether it be stuff like this or other political examples, if you stay on the people in office, if you stay on people in positions to do something about it, that's what makes the difference. So that's why it's important that we highlight these stories here, because otherwise people, one, may not be aware of it, but two, again, the power of pressure is really what gets things done at the end of the day. So,
yeah, no question. And you shouldn't always have to have that pressure, but without it, you're not going to get the results that you want. I mean, so you can bemoan the fact that pressure is required, right? I mean, hard to think that if that were an African-American man standing under the shade of that canopy in that whatever building that was next to where he was captured and not arrested, that he wouldn't be in handcuffs in the back of a police car. I don't know that. I don't know all the circumstances. Not always fair to say that, but I think you have a pretty good chance of being right when you say what I just said. And so the fact that pressure is required is something that we have to learn to appreciate, but a good day will be when you don't need the pressure, when the right thing is done immediately. And you could see the anguish in her sister's voice as she was just looking at this man standing there without being arrested.
Yeah, and running somebody over with a car or a truck is not a small thing. It's it's not like, oh, whoops. When people get injured like that to the point where they may have to have something amputated or whatever it is, that's not only is that life changing, but it didn't need to happen. So there's got to be some justice there.
Exactly, and it's only it's cured by medicine and by justice, and that's a big part of it. So we'll follow that case. We'll see what happens. I'm sure Dr. Richey's going to stay on it, and everyone on the team here at Indisputable.